playing with your normal team, especially on the CT side, you get sort of a feel for how the people holding around your position they're holding. So eventually you don't have to tell them that much, right? You don't have to communicate all the time because you kind of know what they're doing. But Property don't right now. Epsilon, though, is going to be starting on the CT side, and they're going to try and fall back, but the Glock train is en route, and the next terminal here is going to be GMX. He's trying to fall back, but he's got to do a lot quicker. They actually do have a bit of a firing squad in the CT spawn, so that's good news. And Foxio is sneaking up from behind. So now it's actually Property that need to move quite a bit faster than they are right now. Scream's taking 1 kill now. Foxio coming up from behind, and that's an easy shot on Delito. Going for a little bit more, and now PM's waiting up here. So Property, such a good start, such a horrible finish.
That's pretty much how you sum it up. I mean, they managed to get the early frag on Uzi, and then they get bogged down trying to deal with GMX. And I mean, Fox with a great flank, granted, but they just couldn't stop the push.
So there's a few key moments in a round like this where decisions have to be made on both sides. Epsilon had a choice in the beginning to try and fall back or fight. And they choose falling back, and actually that probably looked like the wrong choice because they got caught, and GMX might have just as well have gone down. So
I think if they stay in that situation with the flashes that happened there, they die instantly.
It could be, but I mean, at this point, there was a really big chance they would have just both gone down. And at least if they fight, they could maybe take some people with them. But either way, it's a choice to make.
Yeah.
Follow-up to that is Property, once they get the opening kill, they have a choice to make, which involves either keep pushing or fall back. And they kind of did something in between. They waited a little bit, and Epsilon bought a lot of time to get into better position. Foxio, obviously, the most important coming up from behind, but even in CT spawn, GMX managed to fall back. So
Scream as well.
Yeah, Scream as well. So that was kind of what settled the round, I think, actually. Property, if they kept pushing, would have had probably a better chance. Or if they had fallen back, they would have had a better chance. Because falling back would have landed them a kill on Foxio. He was, coming up behind them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But they did something in between, and generally that could be a little bit tricky.
Getting caught in between, uncomfortable place.
They got the bomb down, though. They lost the second round really clearly. Epsilon not really losing many members in that round, or any at all. And Property, well, they have AKs.
Yeah, they do have AKs. They have very limited nades, though. Only 2 guys with a decent nade count, and they're going again out to A. But look at this. GMX already shutting down the farmer. No, sir. The sun has set. It's time for you to go to sleep. And this is not looking good. Once again for Property, it's going to be double entry frag here for Epsilon. They're even going for the cheek now. They're going to go for the boost in mid.
What are they actually doing?
Like, they can't. It's like they don't want to. They can't agree on who's actually going to be on top, right? Come on, who's the top and who's the bottom?
That was worse than nails on a chalkboard. That was, that really pains me. Just watching 2 people chest bump each other in the middle for no reason. Delpan punishes them, and rightly so. You got to kill people when they start a circus like that. Delito, he's alone in a 1-on-4 though, so Epsilon's, weird shenanigans in the middle actually don't cost them that much. That's a really sexy headshot though on GMX. Pretty nicely done. Whether it'll make a difference in the round, well, he's got the time to get all the kills if he wanted to, but if he tries to go back and pick on the bomb and then go back and fight them, I think that's going to take too long. I think the best choice is fight.
Fight? All right.
Fight.
Let's go full Conan here. Delito. He's going to get snuck up on, and, well...
Oh, did he fall over the ledge? I think his body did. Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, that was brutal. I think we had a pause come in here from Property as well, so we'll see what's...
Which of the fighting games start like that, when some guy just says, fight?
Fight, that's Mortal Kombat, isn't it?
Is that Mortal Kombat?
Oh, that's also SF.
Ah.
Street Fighter.
My knowledge of fighting games is really limited. I'm the sort of person that play fighting games by just mashing all the buttons and then hope that something works.
You're one of those, like, you are like so infuriating. It's like crouch sprayers, basically. It's like when you get really annoyed at people spraying at you in DM, Anders, that really like pisses you off, right? That gets your goat. Yeah. Mashers, when I play fighting games, mashers, that's how I feel. I'm just like, oh my god, why are you just hitting all the buttons?
Actually,
stop.
So if I find like one thing that works, I might just keep doing that forever. Just like, this punch.
You're like James. You'll take like Ken and just mash DP the entire round.
Yeah.
Just DP.
That's basically it.
You're a horrible person, man.
And then I'm even worse than that actually, because if it works, I'll be interested enough to keep playing. If it doesn't work, I'll be just like, these console games, I don't want to play them. Like a really bad winner and loser at the same time. Horrible. That's why I don't play those games.
That's why I'm never playing those games with you. If the opportunity ever arises, it's not going to happen, man.
I don't know. DreamHack though.
Yeah, DreamHack is always great though, man. You always have the layout, so you can just come and sit. They usually leave sticks around, so you can actually just play.
That was
always
cool.
a good time. Man, that's actually something I've been fiending for. I've been watching Excellent Adventures of Gutex and Mike Ross again. It's been so long since I watched that stuff. Ah, cool. So we've actually got an update, guys. It looks like the farmer is out of the map. He's gone to go milk his cow or something. And Emilio,
I hope that's what he's doing.
he's going to need it after the first map, right? And Emilio is stepping in. So Emilio is back, and this could actually make a big difference for Property.
One hopes, right? Because it kind of feels like they, if nothing else, I want to see Property sort of properly represent themselves here. Because they're definitely a better team than what we saw in Cash. I mean, we were having fun at their expense and all that because it is funny, but...
Epsilon, well, that's the thing. You know, we need to see them kind of fight loose because Epsilon certainly made them their property on the first map.
You're not allowed to own people any longer, Samler. That's illegal. I know you're from the States.
It's just your reaction. Your reaction to it is what does it,
for a long time, but you know,
it's time to break the chains. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh man,
nothing more.
Well, let's see. Emilio coming in now. Let's try and picture how this is going to play out. Because Emilio, man, last time we saw Emilio, was it on Dust 2? I think it was on Dust 2 that he dropped the 30 bomb.
Yeah,
and so. Yeah, it was on Dust 2. So this guy definitely feels comfortable on Dust 2. He can play the position.
When you say like imagine him coming in, I'm kind of thinking like a wrestling match where they tag him in and then he's standing on the ropes
or like the corner
and just like jumps in on this lands on like half the Epsilon team. It has to be that kind of effect,
Time
right?
for a ram jam.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I mean, I can see that. I actually see it. You know, you ever seen that gif where like the ref comes like flying in to tap the guy, or he comes sliding across the canvas? Yeah. You know, that's what I'm picturing Emilio right now. It's like, you know, Property, they don't exactly have Epsilon in the lock, you know, on the ground, but then Emilio just comes zipping out of nowhere and just takes out their legs. There you go. That's what's gonna happen. And he's got a chair too. He's got one of those fold-up chairs.
I feel like I've had a few good examples in my life where I could sort of like have a real measure of how stupid people in general are. But the first time I realized was about in the 5th grade, when all of my friends were convinced that wrestling was real and not just like a show, and I realized you guys are just stupid. So yeah,
it's not about that though, man.
It isn't about that. And I've actually come to appreciate that later. That it's not really about it being real. But
don't insult my culture, Anders. You're gonna hurt my feelings.
Now wrestling is kind of hilarious. It has like a certain homoerotic feel to it too, with all the spandex and everything. It's quite funny.
It's a good time.
Well, not so much fun in the middle as Scream and GMX clean up the Property team, who only really have pistols, so they can't really do much of anything. GMX decides this other gun with only 4 bullets in it somehow better than the first one. Oh, they steal the bomb. Look at how angry he is. Like, I was keeping an eye on that. Actually, Delito. Yeah, look at that. I think GMX was wondering, wait a minute, what?
There's 2 of them?
Got the shot from the middle. What? All right, but they're going to get 2 kills in, which from Property's point of view isn't actually that bad. And they can afford the AWP on the Delpinator.
All right, this is going to be a really important AWP battle mid. Is that what we're going to see? Foxio could be setting up for it.
They're going to boost Foxio up here, which I much prefer. I feel like this boost is actually underutilized quite a bit. GMX cleans up Zed. Next in line is Emilio, who just got into the server, but he's facing 3 people up here. Look at this move from Epsilon. This is just some really cool play, especially combined with the short boost here. That means they move so much forward, and I feel like the term map control is so often thrown around without having any actual meaning to it, but this is what aggressive map control really means. Nice play from Epsilon. Yeah,
just getting, just taking away basically any kind of map presence from Property. Setting it up so that they have the momentum. They're just going to be able to force Property into these channels. A-long, this is where it's coming down to. Delpin missing a shot, though. That could have really opened things up for them on this site. It's just not going to happen, though. And now they have to slow play it and try and sneak their way forward. 57 seconds left on this clock, though. Still means they have a lot of time. And look at this. Property are just going to be able to walk up here, and there you go. Spitfire finds Foxio on Cat.
Confused about why Delpin missed the shot to begin with, but they leave Delito in the middle to take down anyone rotating through, and that's a really nice move. PM is still coming in, so Delito's going to go down. Wasn't looking the right way at the right time, but he's still going to be alone. 1 on 2. He's got some time, and he's even got a Molotov, which is going to be really hard to land on Spitfire, but he's got so little health that if it does land, that's not going to land properly, unfortunately. Should have been further on up. And that actually, I think that was his only chance.
Pretty much. He just doesn't have the time. Is he going to be greedy? Yes, he will. Oh, and he gets away with the greed. Greed is good in this case. PM, he saves the AWP. This is a perfect play. He's going to be able to hand that off to Foxio and save a lot of money for his team in the next round.
Yeah,
Epsilon are on the least favorites. Oh, wow, and they even lose Spitfire. That's a bit of a mistake there for Property.
And Delpin's going to be scarred for life for that one. His friend sliding down to his feet. Exploded by his own bomb.
Well, you know, man, most bomb makers not around for long.
That's very true.
Oh, whoa. That didn't hit anybody? That looks pretty close. I'd like to see the replay of that. I don't know. It looked like he had the read. But still, 1-for-1 trade, actually, opening things up. It is a boost again here from Foxio onto Cat, but unfortunately for him, the angle is a bit too high. Going to go for the flank, and he's not going to get it.
Grenade will actually do fairly good damage here to Emilio on set. That wasn't too bad of a nade. Still into a 4-on-4, though Property is a little bit more softened up than Epsilon is. And if they are going to go for the split push, I feel like it's about to get crumbled here. Spitfire is going to be up against 2 people, and that flashbang is basically perfect for Epsilon. So now half the push is gone, and if the rest of the push just keeps going up through short, they should be able to deal with this really cleanly. They don't even really have to stop them. They can just go for a retake at this point if they wanted to.
Exactly right. The plant is going to have to be open. Foxio missing a pretty crucial shot there, though, but it's going to be Uzi actually burning Set. A live Set must have run right into the flames.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Delpan goes down, Emilio quickly to follow, so they do defend the bomb site. No plant happening for Property, and that's just after a round win, so they're going to have pretty much no economy at all.
Wait,
Look
okay,
how close this is. That's ridiculous.
Oh, he flicked like a pixel, a pixel.
Oh, Delpan.
That was so close to a headshot and a double tag.
Us.
That's such a shame there, Delpan. Sometimes Lady Luck, she can be a cruel mistress.
Although, to pick up on our bomb planting or bomb, making experience, I feel like if you had to play with any kind of explosive, probably C4 is a safer choice, just because it's pretty hard to set off without electricity, so if not impossible.
What do we live in the Middle Ages here, Anders? You don't have a light bulb in your place?
Well, it's going to take more than that.
I mean, well, we'll leave it at that.
Molotov in the back here is going to force them out a little bit. He's ready to clean up, but not quite ready enough. It looked like that should have been way more kills, but luckily Scream and Foxio was there to clean up the rest. So only PM goes down 6-1 early on. Epsilon are they're just continuing the trend that they set on Cash. This seems like they're picking up on the same style here.
It's just total momentum control, basically. They maintain their money on the side. As you can see here, they're spreading it out well. Whenever they have to buy, they're able to just drop for their mates and maintain the fact that, okay, they will have money to even force up in the next round. So they've always got that safety net below them. And that allows them a little bit of freedom, to take the duels and really just establish dominance over Property in these rounds. They're not letting Property get any kind of momentum. And it's going to be a pistol round here from Property. Foxio, he's got that AWP. Not the best weapon for this, not the best tool for the job. But it looks like Property are going to try and get a little bit tricky here. They're going to gather up at mid, and this is going to be big. Scream, he has to hit all the shots.
So far, so good. 2 great headshots to begin with. Now the only one inside that bomb site is going to be PM. And actually, Zed takes a kill as well. So maybe PM could be going down, but he's going to turn around just in time for the triple there. Takes down Zed at the end, and no bomb plant happening. Now that's a double eco that Property just had on the terrorist side. It's pretty rare to see a terrorist team double ecoing, and could bet you Property unhappy about the situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's pretty rare because you're in a bad place when you have to eco twice on T side. That's just brutal, especially when Epsilon are able to hold on to it so well. When you're talking about Epsilon developing a solid bank, getting a solid anti-eco in like that, it's just brutal because Property now they have to deal with Epsilon buying up for like 2 to 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So Scream is going to get the entry frag again here for the Frenchman. This is just looking way too good. Once again for Epsilon, they just have the lead.
And Delpan did actually hit the early shot on him here and brought him down to half HP. So, Property even potentially had a good start here, but it's kind of been nullified by that kill. And they're just smoking off short all the time. Great Molotov actually from PM landing right in the middle. Delpan's going to take on GMX, and he was pushed up through the smoke on short, in fact, trying to see if he can maybe just be a little bit annoying. That brings it back in their favor.
Wow, great angle there by Set through the smoke. Likely space. It's going to be Foxio holding solo on this A site, but that's not going to be the place for the party. It's going to be up on B, and Fox getting caught out in the open. This is the round here for Property. Delpan finding yet another frag. That's his second this round. Uzi, the last man alive on this B slope in a 1v3, having to try and stop this bomb plan if he can. It's just not going to be possible. Oh, wow. Set with impunity, just shutting him down.
Now, what's kind of a little bit tragic is that this isn't the round that Property can look back on and say, hey, let's replicate what we just did, because all they did was wait for Epsilon to push up and get killed. And the chances are Epsilon aren't going to keep doing that. So if they go back to playing passively, Property still pretty much have no answers for what will happen. I mean, it's a good job that they did it, but now instead they're facing a pretty aggressive Epsilon again, in fact. And PM is going to take down Emilio, so it's a double up setup on the CT side.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think that caught Property off guard, but Foxio had a golden opportunity there to get a free frag, and he did not, so.
Yeah.
I mean, ultra aggressive and then missing the flick, just not what we're used to seeing from Foxio, actually. He's definitely one of those guys who should be able to land a shot like that, which is why I am surprised. It explains everything. But Property now down a man yet again. Epsilon picking up that entry frag, and Scream with an AWP?
Yeah, because he's got so little health that they put him in a position where he's hard to grenade back there, and he could probably pick up a free kill. Oh, Fox. I think Spitfire just gave that away by throwing that bomb.
What are we seeing?
I don't know.
PM with a jumping shot onto Zet. You know what PM reminds me of right there? It's like you surprise a cat, and he just kind of like jumps up batting in the air. That's what just happened with PM there. Oh,
good pick from Tadito. Going for a second, can't find it. And then I think Spitfire threw the bomb, and I think Foxio saw the bomb flying out. And he's like, "Oh wait, there's a guy coming out here." That's just unfortunate. And Property, well, they are gonna have to. Well, they could buy up on 3 people. It kind of depends. I mean, how many rounds do you really want to give away? Yeah, he sees the bomb first. That's so sad.
How many rounds? How many rounds? I mean, you're going to have to give up another one because you want Delpan to have that AWP, for example. You want those expensive rifles to work with. Uzi just trying to spray the best he can there, and he actually gets overwhelmed. That could give a gun here, and Zet does manage to pick up that AK, so good outcome here for Property. Fox is all the way up at the top of mid alone. Nobody is here to support him. Okay, finally Scream comes rotating in. He has to hustle. He has to make sure that his Opera doesn't get taken out here.
Yeah, and actually he will, but they're still doing a lot of damage right here, and the AK that they had previously has been taken away. And that kind of move from Fox is, I think, one of the reasons why he can be really hard having on a team sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right now they're winning so much, I don't think anyone in Epsilon is going to be super frustrated with him. But, yeah.
That's 2 rounds back-to-back where he's gone for ultra aggression in mid. And, well, this time it works out. I mean, he still gets a kill. It puts Scream in a bit of a compromising position because I guess Fox is drawing the attention, and sure, it's an anti-eco round. You know, they only got pistols. You can be saying that as well, but it's still kind of drawing out your teammate into a bit of an awkward spot. If Scream doesn't land the shots there, he just gets taken out, and then Foxio gets sandwiched in, and then all of a sudden you've given Property 2 guns to play with. They already have an AK from Uzi at the start. Do you really want to give them more firepower?
Oh, Scream's already got a double. He's looking for more. He's going to pick up 2 more and make it a quad. And that finishes the round. And now Property, I think, they will have enough to buy here. So that's good news. 9-2. And I think a bit of a pause being called for really quickly. Sort out some issues. I mean, the scoreline kind of speaks for itself right here.
Yeah. It's just seeming... Well, I mean, we're seeing also maybe how it's not often we actually see it so clearly defined, but you know what the difference between playing as a full roster, that you're experienced, you know what you're doing, you have a game plan going into it, versus a team that's playing with a stand-in, right?
Yeah.
Although the last time we saw Property play with a stand-in, Emilio proceeded to just wreck house. So we're not seeing that standout performance right now from Emilio either. You know, he's kind of in the shadows lurking.
Yeah.
That's not ideal. Not when Property are counting on him to get some damage done.
I'd like to see them just go, like, wait out in the middle until the initial smokes that Epsilon have put down almost every time. They seem to put down these smokes towards the middle doors. But once that's faded, just go for a B-split push. Try and see if that works.
Yeah.
And then hold down long and short at the meantime. Make sure you don't get flanked. Have 1 guy holding upper or 2 people even holding upper. Then have 3 people in the middle, one of them just looking behind, the other 2 just getting ready for the B-split push. And then do your best, essentially.
Sure.
Because it feels like the problem with the A push is they keep getting locked down on longs. I mean, they get up short, no problem. And usually they have, like, they could get all the way up so they can actually start running towards the bomb site. But they always lose whoever comes out of long, and that means the push is more or less useless.
Yeah. You're losing that second pincer, right? You've only got 1 pincer.
Yeah.
And that turns into more of like a poke than anything. It's not the best. So you want that crushing vice for your banders.
Yes. You're right indeed. Oh,
whoa, Uzi. Too hot in the hot tub. Get out.
I mean, actually it's kind of a cool idea because, you know, you take 30 damage, but maybe you're going to surprise the guy who's on the other side, not thinking anyone would be insane enough to go through it. But
sure.
That doesn't work out that way.
That'll always be a forest for me. Remember that time he did that in A apartments on Inferno?
Yeah, yeah.
Or he just like, he threw down the molly and then walks into it, shoots the guy in the face, and walks back out again? Like, okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at who's sneaking in here. Emilio, and that's a free kill on Scream, and they take out Foxio. So this is looking really good here. Property coming back into it with some sneaky play over by the B bomb side, and that's actually because Epsilon wasn't holding middle correctly. GMX here was smoked off. So, yeah, the smoke towards CT spawn, and then the sneak up into the B bomb side. That worked.
It worked very well, Anders. They listened to you.
I'm glad someone is.
That's one of those textbook plays, right? You need to be able to use it every now and again and actually make it work, because a lot of teams actually base a lot of their strategy on Dust 2 around the B split push, and then they kind of spice things up with an A split or something like that. But it's kind of a go-to play. I'm surprised that it's only now that we see Property go for it. But again, Property, they're committing to long. They're really putting a lot of firepower out here. They've got the bomb out here as well.
Yeah. Where's Delpan? He's all the way in T-spawn still. I'd wish that they would leave him down in the pit and then sort of just go somewhere else. Fox shows up on short, and are they going to be aware of it? He spots one guy, tries for the peek, but Emilio will straight take him down, and that was actually from lower dark. That was where that shot came from.
Yeah.
So nicely done.
Foxio getting a bit too greedy. And that's one of the things as well. It's like, you missed the first shot, okay, maybe back off, right? Stay alive. You get the info. And that at that time, that's what's important. But now it's going to come down to his teammates to get the job done, and Uzi gets overwhelmed. GMX has picked up that AWP and managed to pick off Delpan, so that's a great kill there. But it's going to be the B split, and PM is already in position here, sneaking his way closer. This could be a great opportunity for him. Doesn't manage to get a kill, though.
No, GMX looking for the shot, can't find it. Scream is coming in also from upper dark, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to make a big difference. Actually, oh, Dalito almost did a Delpan and just run in with his knife out. But, yeah, 2-on-3. This should be another Property round. And it comes as another B-split push.
Now I expect them to do it for the remainder of this half. Just B-split push, B-split push, B-split push.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Because if it's working, just go for it. Keep using it. Abuse that fact. You found a weakness. You found a weakness in the defense. Hit it. Don't hesitate. So GMX now, I mean, they're just going to try to get in position to hold onto their guns. GMX missing a crucial shot, and he's going to get punished for it.
The temptation right now for Property, I mean, we're in the 14th rounds. They didn't really have that many rounds left to try and B-split push, but the temptation for Property is to try and guess when it's going to be the round where Epsilon have a setup that's directly meant to counter the B-split.
Sure. And
then we'll do something else that works in our favor. It's kind of like when you're playing rock, paper, scissors. That's essentially what it is, right? You know, one guy keeps going rock, and you're guessing this time he won't be bold enough. He's going to go for scissors, and I'll destroy him, right?
Of course not. And then GMX just happens to say gun. And wrecks your entire team.
Yeah, hand grenade just blows everything. Said with a good headshot on Foxio, and actually there's only really pistols on Epsilon's fight, except for that one rifle there on Scream, but they're all going to be going down. Dalito's the only one dead so far through the hands of PM, and looks like Property might be able to pick up a 5th round here.
Property waking up a little bit, and this is looking real good. Set in particular, quad kill for him. Anti-eco round, sure, but PM has managed to find an he managed to find an AK somewhere, so he could potentially go for a flank up long. It doesn't really seem like he has the info right now, though. I mean, he probably knows that they're on A, but now he's just going to float around and see if he can't pick somebody up.
Yeah.
I mean, let's bring up the scoreboard real quick, just take a look at the money. Yeah, Epsilon.
They won't have that much Epsilon, but
yeah.
I think they're not going to be completely ruined either.
It's actually crucial that he holds on to this AK, because he has one mate who's only at 1750. So that's going to be... It's not going to mean a whole lot of money for him. So if Zet does manage to hunt down PM here, this is going to be a very sad time. PM needs to land this kill very fast. Nicely done. Gets the headshot, but that gives away his position. Now it gets just that much more difficult to stay alive, and it's not going to happen. Spitfire was there, and then Emilio from on high was going to just close in.
It's a real shame that Zed's ace got ruined, because he's actually playing really well. He's at 12 kills. He's top fragging for his team and almost on the server. I mean, PM and Scream are at 16, but everyone else in Epsilon is lower than 12. So that's still pretty nice job here for the returning legend, as it were. Yeah. This guy played in NIP all the way back in the day.
That's true. That's true. And he's focusing, but he's playing part-time. PM has found the opening frag, however, so Zet is gone. You cursed him, Andrew's giving him your attention.
Yeah, I know. Apologies, Zet.
No, you're not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. 15th round is coming up here, and Emilia will get a return frag on PM, so that's really important. Yeah, and it's the B-split push again, guys. They can feel it coming. And maybe they're going to be right as well. Scream tries to get an opening here. Actually got a couple of people to shoot at. He's also alone on the bomb site, which means if they go for it right now, there's absolutely no way he can hold all the angles. And they do not... They actually do have a smoke on Spitfire, so they might be able to make it work. But it feels like they've changed their minds now.
Well, this is tricky play. GMX up on short is going to be a crucial player here. Delito coming around the corner. There you go. Gets spotted out. GMX gets that shot. He needs to make it out of here intact, and he does, just barely. Hot on his heels, though. Delpan not wanting to let up. He knows that GMX is low, but GMX is going to get jumped on, and that's a freebie. Delpan, what are you doing? 2 members remain alive here for Property, and it's a 2-on-3 situation.
Yeah, I think Property just mind-gamed themselves. They thought, all right, we've made some noise like it's a B-split push. We're going to go back to A, and that's exactly where Epsilon were holding. That's a great headshot, though, from Spitfire. And that'll allow them to at least get the bomb down with 20 seconds left. And Emilio, well, he could be having a good time here. If they come for him, he's definitely in a strong position.
Flash in there. Emilio holding the cat. Gets insta-gibbed. Scream walks around that corner, gets the headshot. And now, all of a sudden, it's Spitfire. In danger of getting closed in on here. Scream is going to be taking point on Cat. Both members here pushing up from Cat for Epsilon. They're really looking to close him out, but Scream gets another headshot. Walks in and makes it look easy, and he's got enough time for the defuse to boot. Epsilon will finish this out 10-5 at the end. Fantastic CT scoreline for them.
Yeah, definitely impressive. A little bit of a slip up towards the end of the half where Property got some rounds in and they played pretty well. They got some good opening kills and they found out that that B-split push is pretty effective. But if they had done it this last round, they probably would have won it. Scream would have been alone in a 1-on-4. So, I mean, they would have come in from 2 from middle, 2 from upper, and that would have been almost impossible.
It's like, it's clever, but then Epsilon never really rotated off that A site. GMX pushed out on short. If they kill GMX instantly, if Delito gets that kill on GMX, it's a totally different situation. Then it's just, they close in and get whichever site they want. But GMX had to just go and ruin their day and get 2 kills.
Well, Glocks versus P250s and also P2Ks, and also a bit of a USPS there on Delito. Landing a lot of damage, in fact, on Epsilon, and obviously Property gotta win this round. Trading early on, and PM wants to keep pushing. Spots out one guy, and actually, that's a lot of information here. They could rotate already.
He spots one on site, and he spots one on element. He has to know that they can, I mean, that the defense should be weakened here, but quick rotation coming out here from Property as well. They're already going to have 2 guys here across into B site. So the read is good here, very good for Property. They're going to be back here in time.
Yeah, but I think this is still better than if they'd pushed A right now for Epsilon. Their odds are still looking a little bit better, but Spitfire's going to try and see if he can actually win this for his team. Picks up the first kill here on Uzi, looking up towards the window as well. It's going to catch one guy running in through the doors, second one coming in here, and it's going to work out just fine. Delpan picking up that, or actually Emilio picking up the last kill, coming in from middle. So pretty nicely handled. I think the choice for Epsilon to rotate back middle still wasn't too bad, because if they'd been pushing up towards A, they would have been 4 people waiting for them instead of just 2, so...
Everybody would have been there from Property. That's the big thing. But I do like how quickly Property rotated back and just committed to 2 guys straight to B. And that's all you need for the B side as well. They can leave the other 2 guys on A site. That's not a problem. They don't have to rotate them off because with 2 guys, they should be able to lock down that B site. So just really nicely done there by the Swedes. That's going to start them off strong here in this second half. And now they've got the guns. Delpan even going for he's even got an ump. He's willing to spend the money on the SMG.
Yeah.
And that could pay off well here. I mean, this is an armor helmet buy, and that ump does a lot of damage now versus armor thanks to the recent buff.
Definitely does, but he's only got 25 bullets in. They've got to be a little bit careful in case they all rush him down. Smoke's going to go off, so now Delito's job's a little bit harder. Set going to come in as well, but Fox has already picked up 1 kill here with the scout, and yeah, Delpan has to run away for a bit.
I like this, though. It's a cat plant coming in here. Another trade into a 3-on-3. It's just trades all over the place. 2 members left for each team. And there's the jumping shot from Delpan. He's just looking to get lucky. PM is low. He's only got 6 HP right now. And Foxio is the one who's sitting at half. But guess what? The bombardment rolls in. Spitfire, living up to the warplane name, drops the pain. And there we go. Property. They managed to bounce back.
Yeah, very nicely done indeed. That grenade was definitely beautifully timed. And Property will be winning the round. So 10-7. Still a pretty expensive round for them. I mean, they lost, what, 2 from Masters and a Scout in that round? So that's still fairly painful for them.
Yeah, that's an expensive round.
And look at Epsilon. I mean, they got the bomb plant, but normally you'd be saving around here, and they just wanna end the game quick.
It's risky. It's a risky play. If they lose this is going to be very painful for Epsilon. They're going to have to give up another round, basically, and Property are going to be very close to evening up the game. So this is a big risk by Epsilon, but if they can catch Property off guard right now, this could be huge. It's going to be a slow hold here coming out from not sure who that is. Set, and he does get the peekaboo kill.
He's almost burned alive. He was down to 30 just from the fire, so a hugely aggressive round coming out right here. And already the bomb is being planted, and this time they're planting it for long because they're holding long as well. This is a very smart play from Epsilon. As long as they can keep control of long, it doesn't matter what Property do. They're going to have to fight them at long before they can really defuse that bomb. And Delpan, oh, that's the wrong time to have a grenade out, but perfect timing for Uzi. And I think Delito and Spitfire are in a lot of trouble. They try and go for the boost, they get the kill, but again, this is all about the long position. Delito coming in with some huge kills. That's now triple, and Uzi, he goes down to Spitfire, so wow, they made that look a lot easier than it is.
Delito in particular, those 3 kills, and those weren't walk of the, easy frags to get. Run-of-the-mill frags. I mean, this one in particular right here, just assassinates Scream point blank, but the long pick was crucial. Him getting that kill so quickly just opened it all up, put Uzi in a very difficult position, because as soon as Uzi peeks, he's peeking versus 2 guys, versus having support from Pit and putting pressure on the team. So it's really nicely done there by Property, and this is where it starts to get really hairy. Epsilon, though, having lost several rounds in a row now, thanks to that plant, they're going to be able to force up with some rifles. Doesn't stop the fact that Property are willing to push up the top mid, however, and play very aggressively. Delpan has to be careful, doesn't want to overextend, but then again, he's leaving Emilio now to his fate. Emilio hiding behind that smoke, and he still gets the run and gun shot on GMX. It nearly takes out a third. Foxyo down to 9 HP.
Yeah, Emilio with that kill, and the grenade follow-up on Uzi will do just a little bit of damage, actually, not as much as I thought. 2 on 3. And Property, I mean, they're starting a comeback here, and actually Foxyo is just going to walk right into Delpan, who was ready for it. Which leaves Uzi in a pretty bad position, but not unwinnable.
Oh, the smoke going down, though. That's going to ruin Uzi's day.
He's got so much time.
I mean, he's got time, but they know now that he's rotated off. Delito's looking to close in on him from Cat. Look at this. They're just going to wrap right around on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he can run all he wants. Check CT, sure, but bomb is dropped, and Delpan's already, like, he's already aiming the angle. He knows.
And Uzi's thinking, I'm super clever. They will never see this coming. I'm just sneaking up from behind. What a clever man I am. And then Delpan's like, nope. Oh, that's kind of funny. Because, yeah, you're right.
It's eye in the sky moment, right? That's the thing for us. We're able to see it. Uzi, it's kind of luck in the draw, really, as to whether he gets hurt or not there. But Delpan being in that forward position like that, Uzi stomping around on mid-cat, you can hear that from Longhouse. So it's just free information for Delpan.
Oh, grenade timing? Not as good as it could have been. But either way, Epsilon are back to ecoing, and Property are at 10-9. So the fact is, the Swedish team could actually end up winning this map. They're playing pretty well here on the CT side, and Epsilon have made a couple of quite risky buys that now are backfiring a little bit on them.
Coming back to bite them. And now we're going to be into a 10-10 situation here unless Property managed to bungle this. But we have Epsilon picking up a couple nades. They've invested in some pistols as well, so they do have the firepower. If they can just get onto this site and go for the short plant, and I think that's what they're trying to do here, because they've got the smoke selected, they've got a flash on Foxyo. Smoke can just go in to land in front of that site, and they can just run up and plant that bomb. And there isn't a whole lot the Property can do without fully committing. Unless the Delpanator doesn't get flashed.
Oh, a lot of smokes again, and yeah, the bomb is just making its way in here, so they just want the touchdown, and they are going to be able to do it. So you're right, that's all that round was about. Easy peasy, right? I mean, doesn't really require much explanations. The few smokes to make sure they can easily get in, and then as if someone's running up, they just keep throwing in flashbangs on top of everything else. It's really simple.
Well spaced out flashes.
Yeah, that's it.
But now let's see here.
Makes you wonder if people are going to start trying to prevent that. I mean, the easiest way to stop that from happening would be to just put down a Molotov on that other side of the boxes when you're on the CT side. Yep. Just do like a Grand Molotov of the Molotov, just like put it out so that when they try and put it down, there's fire.
Whoa!
Okay.
I love it. Fox. Now, if we start to see the explosive AWP from Fox, like the one who just kind of dominates the game, things can go south for Property really quickly here. But Epsilon have an entry frag to work with. Delito's looking to change that. He's going to just flash his way into Longhouse, but GMX is ready and waiting. A second frag goes Epsilon's way. And this is a 10-10 situation. Now, Epsilon, they have all of the control.
And they most certainly do. Zed walking up. Could find a kill on Scream if he's got the right timing, but he's going to pull out a grenade, and that seems to have happened a couple of times to Property in this game here. Emilio has picked up Delpan's AWP and no-scopes GMX. That's nicely handled. There's even a gap in the smoke, and he's not going to be quick enough to pick up that kill. So still there, a man down, and the bomb is going to be planted here. And Foxio going for the kills, and he's just going to pick up every single kill down in that CT spawn. So triple for him, and that is the kind of position where, well, let's just put it like this. If I was the leader, that's really great. The flash, and then he still gets the kill. If I was the leader of Epsilon and I had seen Fox, you know, going for those kills in that 2-on-3, I would have been shouting at him. I would have been furious, saying, why the hell are you doing this? Just put down the bomb and wait for them to come, but...
Yeah, that's not Foxio's style.
It isn't.
Foxio is all about being aggressive. Foxio, he forces situations, basically. He believes in creating his opportunities. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just, like, walk in here and kill everybody. Oh, if he messes it up, oh, well, then I just messed it up, right? It's really one of those situations, like a lot of his plays come down to, if they work, they're brilliant. If they don't,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Then you're really putting your team in a bad situation. Exactly. That's what it's down to. But I mean, yeah, if it works, definitely is a big resource. Nicely handled by Property, holding over at the B-bomb site.
Yeah, managed to pick up those two. Uzi and Scream are out of the picture now. And Scream, you know, that's not a kill that Epsilon can give up very easily. He's been doing a lot of work for the French team right now, so Delpan is going to be the one floating around mid. He should be able to pick this up, and he will, in fact. A near double spray for him. GMX dropped down to 12 HP and forced back out the doors. Property in full control of this round. And you're thinking about 2 rounds right now. Epsilon still managing to keep 3 guys alive, so they do have a little bit of money on their side, but it's more like Epsilon had a big opportunity to just shatter Property's money, because Property forced everything into this round. If they lost this, Epsilon could run away with the game. Yeah. Now it looks like Property are going to be the ones who have all of the momentum in the remainder of this half.
Oh, definitely. Property, they fought their way back to you know, tied 10-10. Then they let a round go, and now they keep winning it, and they continue to win. So this is about as good as it gets if you're on the CT side. You're right, their economy isn't exactly great, but neither is Epsilon's. They have 3 people who could buy, and the last 2 are actually alarmingly low on money.
Yeah, they're going to go for Uzi really going into that, actually. Okay. They're just going to even the money out with some drops here. That's interesting. Are they going to go for a full force or not? No, they can't possibly. They go for it. What in... So, who is making these calls right now?
I don't know. Maybe it's Angel from Hellraisers calling in.
Right?
Saying, just buy, guys. Trust me.
Like they have a little stuffed angel, you know, sits on their shoulder.
Grenade is going to be damn near perfect. That is a lot of damage for 1 grenade. Epsilon hurting already. It feels like they're going to try and go out the middle. They got 1 guy in upper dark as well, which is usually a big clue that something's happening. And Emilio's going to have a lot of angles to cover. They're leaving 1 guy on short as well to try and jump down, I assume, at some point. But they need the opening, and Emilio isn't giving it to them.
Now, this is what I worry. This is what, you know, you have to worry about, basically, if you're an Epsilon fan. When does Emilio wake up in this game? And so far, he's been doing a fantastic job. Or at least, you know, he's starting to get those rounds. And Emilio with a double kill, just shutting down mid from the B doors. And the rest of his team stepping in to fill the gaps. But Epsilon now, that buy is cost... I mean, they're going to lose the round. They should be able to buy up again in the next round. So, I mean, it kind of balances out in the end, I suppose. It's just giving a lot of ground here to Property. Property are going to be on basically 3 rounds away from winning this map. That's a bit too close for comfort, especially when Epsilon are just struggling so mightily to get rounds on the T side. It's like watching them versus Hellraisers again on Cash. They seem to get some decent momentum going their way in the first half, and then going into the second, their T side is definitely struggling.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, and that's good news, because the final map is Mirage. I mean, Epsilon have had some varied results on that map. They've had really, really big results, and they've also lost to a couple of teams that they definitely shouldn't have. So, I mean, maybe Property could show something cool. Fox is going to go down in the middle to Emilio, and of course, this is an eco round for them. They're going to get the bomb plant just like last time. In fact, maybe even easier than last time, because they still have a couple of members still alive. And actually, if they can hold short, which won't be easy, because there's a lot of grenades on Property that can zone them out of this part of the map. Most notably, that Molotov, which actually... they've already just used.
They just used it on the site itself. That's actually going to delay their retake somewhat here. GMX manages to take out Set. They still have 2 guys alive. Uzi has got an M4.
Oh, if they could go for the jump kill here, that would be brilliant. But they're getting denied, and now it's too late. Still a nice idea, actually, because the smoke meant they weren't even going to be able to fight on short. So I still actually like that play. If you do that early enough, that might actually be interesting.
I mean, what, the smoke on short?
No, just running back from short and into CT spawn.
Into CT spawn, looking to get in there?
It's not something you can just do every time, but if you realize we're not going to win this anyway...
It's not so much. Yeah, it's just if Uzi gets there a second earlier while Delpan is scoped up looking at Cat, he can probably either get the kill on Delpan or stop the defuse from happening. I mean, yeah, okay, points. But it's still a successful round as far as the Epsilon are concerned because they still managed to get the bomb plant, and now we can see the effect that's had on their money. A full buy for them. But I do like the aggression coming out here from Property. Once again, just getting control of Upper Dark. Looks like they're trying to take advantage of this, however, Epsilon.
Yeah, they are. And they have Fox still covering T-spawn, so they know for a fact no one's moved up. And look at Fox, he's just going into Upper Dark alone, which is so crazy because he could have met 2 people with rifles here. But now he's basically taken map control back that he just lost. So that's kind of great. Emilio peeking up right in front of Uzi here. He's going to get flashed in, and the timing is almost perfect. But he actually gets a little bit white himself, and is going to have to fall back, and Fox is still scoped up, and he's going to get the kill on Spitfire, and that is now a big problem for Emilio. He's in the back, and he's going to get surrounded by every which angle. He picks up the 1 kill, and it's not enough here. This could definitely be a round where Epsilon, they bring it right back, but Zed is going to take down, and GMX, who's weirdly caught waiting outside the B-bomb site. Not exactly ideal.
Gets caught on that ledge, decides to turn and fight, and Set just annihilates him. This is looking really good here. Set in particular, that was a very clean play. Down to 22 HP, but this is still a 3-on-3 retake situation. It looks like Property. If they can find a frag quickly here, they're going to try and go for this. Foxio holding Upper Dark will just get rid of the Lido, though, and now Foxio can even change up his angle, pick up Delpan, who's poking at the doors, Molly into the back, but that Molly is just a bit too late. Fox!
Oh, he
Fox.
takes down to 2.
Jesus,
It's
I know you want the
almost-
last frag, man, but come on.
Almost like he timed it perfectly, you know?
That is scary.
Either way.
It feels like the order should have been, you know, as soon as they lose the first guy there, rather than face at B doors, it should be that Molotov that's going into the back to force Fox out.
Yeah, I agree. He actually had a Molotov himself, Fox, so if it had got really tricky, maybe he could have even bought more time with that. Emilio really close to the doors, but actually this is a really unusual angle. I'm not surprised Uzi didn't see that coming. That's not common because there's a lot of different ways you can counter pick like that, or even just grenade it down. So the most common thing in that position is to move all the way up so you actually look directly into lower dark. But just waiting like that's definitely not the usual thing to do.
Not at all. No, because if you're moving up from mid, I mean, the smoke is clearing up now. There's going to be Delpan on Cat. Misses his shot, drops down into CT, and gets away pretty much down to half HP. But GMX, in the meantime, has picked up his mate. Set is gone. We're into a 4-on-4, and it looks like Epsilon are interested in this A site. They're after the pointy letter, and they want it bad. Extra marks if they can get it, and there you go. It's the trades again.
Yeah, and the good headshot comes in from Scream. So 2-on-2, yeah. The bomb is though is dropped down on the ramp, actually. They're going to have to go and pick it up here. And if Property knew that, which it doesn't seem like they quite do because they're not covering it, if they had realized, that would have given them a lot more options. Now, question is if Emilio can come up big here, and he's going to go down. And obviously now Spitfire is in a pretty... Has a bad position here. And, and tradition, true, Fox is not going to be waiting for anyone. There's no playing it safely, no trying to, you know, set up some sort of teamwork with his teammate. Just, you know, go for the kill.
That's...
I mean...
Only Fox.
Yeah.
So like Fox is not interested in teamwork or any of that. He's interested in getting frags.
The thing is, that kind of play, I think it can carry you some distance, but I don't ever see you winning a tournament with it.
No, that's...
I think that's almost impossible.
At the same time, you know, if you go for that kind of play in this kind of situation, Emilio is probably never going to expect that.
No,
never going to expect that. So if he hits that shot, it's just Emilio's gone. And when you're talking about, you know, establishing momentum, really, you know... Like,
let's say you're playing Fnatic, and it's like 14-14, and you're in a 1-on-2, and you go for that play, and it just so happens that Olofmeister headshots you instead.
Yeah.
That's when you lose the tournament. And... oh, well.
That's the thing. Gimmicky play can come back to bite you. There's no doubt about that. But let's see. They do manage to once again push into Upper Dark. Emilio's got that AWP this time. Property on a... well, they're on an eco round right now, so... looks like it's just, you know, the Emilio show, try and get him out of harm's way, but PM is already looking to cut him off. If PM realizes this fast enough, there you go. Shot from Emilio. Gets rid of PM, and that's going to be now a 2-on-3 situation with Emilio still holding that AWP.
Oh, they so desperately want to hold on to this opening. Can't really blame them. Epsilon's about to take the round lead back at 14. And Spitfire's here to guard him. Actually steal an AK as well. I mean, everything works right now for Property. They need as much as they can get. And GMX goes down, so they're doing a nice job of holding it onto it. And I think they can actually hold on to all the rifles. So pretty well done from Property, actually.
This is fantastic for Property. They're going to get out of here like bandits. AWP and an AK, that's about as good as it gets right there. That's fantastic. Now they're going to be able to save a little bit of money going into this. So they can drop that AWP. They could, well, they could have potentially gone for a glass cannon AWP and tried to change it up with a double op play, but it seems like Property, they just want to get the nades to work with.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
What's up?
Uzi just had the perfect long spawn. They could have shot the AWP down to him, but I guess they didn't feel like it.
They want to let Fox take that fight mid. Unfortunately, the flash means nobody gets the kill. Nobody gets the kill.
Team Property going for the NOA tower. And Scream isn't really suspecting it. He's going to go down to Emilio, so no chance there.
It's timing there by Property to bust out that play as well. When you're in this kind of situation, that's when you want to be using those clever strats. So now...
PM's AK is called La Jojo 47. What does that mean? I have absolutely no idea. Oh, Molotov's going to be in the site. If it had been up by up by Goose there, that would have been pretty cool. Either way, Zed is shooting up with the FAMAS and actually landing some really good damage on Uzi, so there's a good chance Property could take this round. They're already a man up, and they've almost got the second kill. And also, Epsilon are weirdly hesitating over by the box there. That's definitely not working out in their favor. Emilio just hiding here is going to pick up another kill, tries with the pistol, and that's a great triple. Nicely handled. Actually, a quad kill from Emilio. He just needs one more here to complete the ace. Is he going to be able to get it? He really wants it.
Zed, don't be greedy.
Yeah, they should give it to him.
Oh, and Delpan, the Delpinator, he knows he has no feelings. He cares not for his mates. He cares only for the frags.
Emilio, he's joined the game and got 29 kills. He's 1 kill away. That would have been the ace. Would have been the 30 bomb in this round.
Emilio's making the difference right now. This is the thing. Dust 2 is his map. Dust 2 is when he shines.
He's really good. I've got to remember, I mean, when this team was on SK, or under the SK umbrella, Emilio definitely wasn't the guy we were looking for with this kind of performance. Definitely not.
He certainly has improved over the past months, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Changed up the lineup somewhat as well. Set seems to be fitting right in, and Delpan, well, there you go. Picks off Fox. Yo, this is not looking good here for Epsilon. It's definitely not going their way. They're starting to lose it. This is the issue, is that Epsilon, their T side, it really does seem like they're struggling right now to get anything going.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Does it work again? Scream.
Oh, Delpan just takes him down through the smoke. No luck at all. And I think Epsilon are actually going to be playing out of money if they lose this round. Yes, so there's a really good chance Property could jump all the way to 16 rounds just by winning this one. PM trying to prevent it will get the one kill, but again, the tower is still standing strong down here, and they're going to flash their way out to see if they can get away. But PM is actually pretty quick with that up, so pretty nicely done. It is still not over yet. 2 on 3.
I'm really liking PM's aggressive play here. Good pace from him. Doesn't put the bomb at risk either. Drops that off to GMX. We could have Spitfire try and move in here into a bit more of an aggressive position. It's going to be Smoke to block off Plateau, however. GMX is going to have to look hard, right? Spitfire is already waiting around this corner. Does he actually check, though, GMX? How thorough are you?
Trying to hide in the smoke with 15 seconds left. He's going to have to get this kill really quick and then put that bomb down immediately. Does check, and the spray is going to connect, and he doesn't take that much damage. So 1 on 3 turned into a 1 on 2 with the bomb plant. Let's see if GMX can hero this round. That'd certainly be very impressive. And he's been playing well today, so wasn't even that surprised. They're trying to push through the door both at the same time. He's going to pick up the 1 kill, looking for one more here on Zed, who's just scoped up. He wants him to peek, but GMX is just playing it so patiently behind this box. Zed's going to be walking in, and he misses the shot, and GMX takes him down. Oh, no. What a great 1 on 3 from GMX, but you gotta think Zed, he's gonna be remembering that moment for a little while.
We need the replay on that right now, please. Thank you, the Estrella replay. Let's take a look. Where exactly does Set put this shot?
Right.
It's gotta be right where he just shoots
He's walking just a little bit as he's doing it as well.
He times it just a hair off on the timing for the shot. Oh, that's good. That's a round actually that will eat at you.
They can lose this best of 3 because of that one missed shot. Epsilon would have been ecoing. You can see even winning it, they have Galils. So a big indication that they would have been plain broke if it had been 15-14 in favor of Property, which it probably should have been. Still got to give some credit to GMX for playing that 1 on 3. And on the other hand, Property don't have a lot of money here either. A lot of grenades. Dalito being shot down a little bit, and Delpan also down to 18.
A good wallbang coming in here. Spitfire getting caught out in the open, however, but he still makes it out alive. 11 HP. Oh, sick 1-2 combo.
Yeah. Scream too caught up worrying about the guy over there, and now they're still in a 5-on-3, so we could be looking at overtime. Flashbang here, GMX should be able to pick up the kill on Spitfire. It was very low, but actually Spitfire makes it back in time, and GMX is going to run into CT spawn instead. This is turning into a very strange and curious round for Epsilon. I think they're going to get caught here. Up on short, they lose the bomb, which means it doesn't really matter where GMX is anymore.
Yeah, 1v5. 1v5. Let me do you two better. GMX gets the first. No, he does not. This is incredible. Everybody from Property, they refuse to die.
They really do. But there it is, 15-15, and we're going to overtime. So
wow.
In spite of that misstep by Sed, they still make it out. 32 kills on Emilio, yeah.
In regular time, 32 kills, 6 assists. That's impressive. That is just very impressive.
Pretty good. I approve.
You approve? Yeah, so that's your stamp?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, Emilio has been just a real delight to watch. He's making smart decisions, and his kills don't come as like, you know, oh, like a bunch of quad kills or anything. He just picks up a few kills every round, and he just keeps doing that for the whole game. And that is really valuable. It's not as flashy, it's not as impressive maybe, but it's really, really valuable.
It makes a difference in the long term. That's the thing. Long run, his team is still in this. In large part due to him, I think, although they are working well together right now, Property. Delito seems to have found his stride as well. But it's going to be PM taking a 1 to the face already, down to 10 HP, versus 3 guys at mid. And we need to see some nades. There we go. Nades going sailing in, but they don't really do anything.
Oh, and Emilio will trade on GMX. PM also very nearly dead. Yeah, that was a bit of a firing squad almost, just waiting for PM to peek up again.
And they have no way of knowing that Emilio is on this site alone right now. That's the sad thing here for Epsilon. They have no way of knowing. I mean, they could know there was quite a few, but they could probably think, okay, 2 and 2, basically. There's going to be a guy in CT, which is pretty much Delito here.
And he steals the AWP. That's all he wanted. So double AWP is back in action. Emilio pushing up quite aggressively, and look at this again. Smart decision making. This is going to net him a free kill and basically give away the game entirely. I'm pretty sure Property know just what's coming. And while Epsilon are going to be able to get the bomb down, they can't really go anywhere and control long, can they? If they get long control in the long plant, it could work out, especially with Foxio on the bomb here. But down on long, Emilio still covering. That's now a triple, and he will get taken down. But it might have been too late, because Fox is caught here, and he should have been down in pit by now.
Needed to land that flick, and he's not going to get it. And Spitfire with the double frag just cleans up the remaining Epsilon members. There it is. Property picking up that crucial first round in this first half of overtime. For the CT side, it is imperative that they pick this up just to stabilize their money going into the remaining 2 rounds of this half. And as we can see, what? 3 ops on Property. 3 AWPs. That is not what I was expecting to see bot here. That is a very interesting play. Does it actually work though? I mean,
definitely not what I was expecting either, and I mean, it could definitely work. Sets picked up the first kill on stream, so I mean, all signs point towards it being a pretty good idea. But they definitely need to make sure they don't throw anything away here. It's only MR3 for the overtime, so...
Oh man, they're about to run into the other AWP on long as well. Set, this could be big. Smokes go down. Epsilon could be supremely frustrated here. Imagine you're just running all over the place. There's ops everywhere on the map, and Set gets blind as they run past. But he's still in position to cut them off here as they cross through the smoke. There you go. Set another headshot, picks it up, and he's going to go for the final one here as well. Stands his ground, but Foxio strikes first. It's a 1v4 situation, but Fox is not going to live through Delpan. 3 kills for Delpan, 2 for Set, both of them rocking AWPs, and that is heartbreaking for Epsilon.
Without a doubt. So first 2 rounds of the overtime not going their way. The third one coming in, and I don't know. It's going to be a C set on Fox, a couple of AKs and a Galil. It looks like Property are quite determined to push us onto Mirage.
Yeah, they've got their hearts set on it. To cash, they've definitely showing that on Dust 2 they are a force, and Emilio just hunts PM down with DHE. Bombardment is in progress.
That was beautiful. They already tagged him really, really low, and then the follow-up grenade.
But they stick to the triple op. They have no shame. I mean, Property, this is a brutal play.
If it works, right? Might as well keep doing it.
They've got 2 ops on long. They've got 2 ops just holding solid on the A side. Set and Delito are holding the AWPs there. 1 on cat, 1 at long. They've got both rifles and an op over at B right now for Property.
Yeah, Delpan's top position, though, is really strange.
Delpan... Yeah, that's not often that you see this aggressive position, actually, with an AWP. But now do we see them actually pick up the frags here at long. Oh, the flash, the turn away set. Oh, horrendous timing for him.
Oh, and they make an opening. GMX and Scream, this could be really big for them, but they're only in a 3-on-3 and they've got 30 seconds. They got to get up here and get the bomb though, and Emilio's there with a double, looking for more, shooting through the smoke and doing good damage to GMX, and he's ready for them to jump up here. This is actually a really cool position. 20 seconds left. Flashes go in. Where is that bomb plant?
No, it's about to go in here, but I don't think they're going to let it happen. I think Property are just going to keep pushing up. They're going to get, I mean, they get up on CT slope. It's now down to Scream, playing peekaboo. It's just Whack-A-Mole, and he's not hitting anything. It's the moles.
Was he being attacked by then?
Look at that. It's just jumping all over the place, man. He needed a mallet. He didn't need a rifle there. He needed a mallet.
Yeah, pretty much. So the first 3 rounds of the overtime, they go to Epsilon. 18-15. Emilio dropping... How many? 37 kills is what he's at. He is looking for that 40 bomb.
Well, Property 3 rounds. Yeah, exactly. They need the 1 round here on their T side. They could go with some fast play as well. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a long pressure. Pressure all over the place. In fact, they have a bit of aggression coming out here. Delito taking point towards B, and he's going to manage to pick up the entry frag. This is going to, I mean, this could throw Epsilon for a complete loop. Exactly.
This is such a sick fake. I mean, they haven't spotted the bomb yet, but the smokes are going up and the rotation is in full effect. Unfortunately, so is it for Property. They're moving down the middle and they should have been moving up long by now, so this is really confusing. Delito's still going to pick up GMX. I mean, it's working because they're getting the kills, but it would have been working even better if they had kept going. So actually, they decide to rotate all the way back to the B-bomb site, where Epsilon have also rotated into. But Delpan's going to pick up that kill on PM. And this is still going work just great. Fox Show picks off a 1 kill, but they are going to lose Dust 2 here. It looks like we're going to Mirage.
No, this is it. It's going to take it to map 3. What a fight. There's no saving here, Fox Show. You have to go for it.
What is he doing? That's it. So a bit of a weird play. I mean, it would have been a little bit more graceful.